Hey, it's your boy Crypto Expat Live, back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about Oil Club. Oil Club is a new project that just launched. So, without further ado, let's roll that intro and let's get into the video. Hey guys, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and bell notification so when I upload my latest awesome vids, you don't miss out. Alright guys, Oil Club. So before we start, this is a miner. No, not that type of miner. This is a B&B miner. We've seen these around. They've been popping up like mushrooms for the last probably 3 months, and the first one that kind of came out last year was B&B miner, and then that got forked, and then we saw baked beans miner, and everyone knows about baked beans miner. So this is basically baked beans over again. So they have not innovated. I'm sorry guys, but when you see other videos, they're going to talk about how great this is. I'm going to tell you, it's actually not even a negative video. It's just telling you how it is. All right, it's not even meant to be negative. If this was a really good project and they did something innovative and something different, and it was something that actually would benefit investors and actually make money for investors, then I would tell you about it. But I honestly cannot tell you that this is anything different than what we've seen before. But I will say this: props to the team for making a good website. Okay, so I'm not just here to hate on projects. I'm here to tell you the good and the bad and give you my honest opinion, because I'm not a paid shill. Even if I got paid for this video, I would still tell you exactly the same thing. So what's different to this to baked beans? Nothing. Okay, nothing except probably the graphics. They've kind of like changed a few parameters in the contract, which anyone can do. But again, I do like the whole layout. It's clean. It gives you this story, or what they call lore, and it gives you some sort of perspective on kind of what they're trying to do. So let's just go. You can come, when you come to the website, you come to this website here, right? And you'll see this helicopter, and it's bringing over some oil and stuff, and so it's pretty cool. This is on B&B, obviously. Daily interest, daily return of 8%. Your wells, this would be your beans. Stake bonus. I'm not sure what that is. That could be the referral bonus. And the extracted oil, which you've kind of basically taken out. The sell is obviously when you've taken out the money, and then lease would be rebake. So let's just go and have a look at, if you click on About Me, again, see, look at the graphics. They're pretty cool, aren't they? I'm not just hating on the project. I'm just calling it how it is. About us, we are described as a vision, mission, and all the functionality of our white paper. You can follow us online. This is telegrams and smart contracts and PDF. So let's look at the smart contract first. There's not a lot of money in this. There's only, if my eyes are not failing me, 3,544. So you can look at this a couple of ways. Either it's very early, or it's not doing that well. Okay, so looking at the smart contract, it looks like it's about, let's see, 8 hours old. Looks like the first transactions came in about 8 hours. Yeah. So these ones here, these are probably the team setting something up. And then here, this is probably the first one here, 8 hours, 22 minutes ago. And someone put in 0.05 B&B, God help them. Now, and then obviously more have come in here. So I would say there's really not a lot of activity, to be honest. After 8 hours, there's really not, there's only $3,000 in here. Okay, 3,300. Now, and look, fast forward this. If this came out 3 months ago, or came out the same time that baked beans, I guarantee you there'd be at least 500, 600, or 700K in this. The reason why there isn't after 8 hours is because miners are done. Okay, they're done. All right. There's only 14 B&B in here. Okay, so timing is crucial. All right, so let's just go to the white paper. It's a PDF, and you can read the white paper. But I'm not going to bore you with the stuff that you don't need to know, because I have kind of like a little thing on how they are established and blah blah blah. But it's it's not necessary because it's not important. Here, earn up to 14% daily, so up to. Okay, so Baked Bean said this the same to up to, but you're not going to exactly get that. It just says potentially up to. So don't even bother with that. Smart contract economics. There's 1.65 trillion barrels according to the consumption of enough for 47 years. So this is what really kind of the inflation. This is the barrels. This is like beans in baked beans, right? So this is what happens when more people join. They try to make it more profitable for them, so they give them more oil, and it'll benefit people that come in later. That's kind of the theory behind it. But what it does is this contract just gives a whole bunch of inflation, and your beans, or in this case your barrels, they just decrease and decrease, and your daily income decreases if you don't rebake, or in this case they're called lease. What are wells? Wells are virtual shares of the oil drilling well used to extract the oil of petroleum. So again, I'll give them props to how they've kind of like, there's like a story behind it, a bit like baked beans with the beans. They're just using different contexts. Okay, form of oil. They got these wells, these oils. So it's all based around the oils and wells and stuff like that. Here, oil does the wells decrease in oil sales. Oil sales do not affect the amount of wells lease shares on your own. However, selling too often will affect the oil price and return your extraction rate to default of 8%. Therefore, you might decrease your rewards. That's fine. You go back to default to 8%. But what happens when the contract is decreasing and the inflation is increasing? That is a problem with these miners. What is the lease streak bonus? Okay, so the leak streak bonus is, I thought this was the referral, but it is not. To incentivize club long-term strategic thinking goals, hold lease. Their all rewards without selling will get an extra 5% bonus upon lease wells every 7 consecutive days, limited to 5%. Now, you're thinking, okay, great, I'm going to get an extra 5%. If I don't, so essentially they're saying if you rebake or if you compound for 7 consecutive days, you're going to get an extra 5%. Now, don't believe that. I mean, this is true, but don't think that you're going to get an extra 5% and it's going to increase your rewards. It's not, because you've got inflation. Every day you're fighting inflation. Okay, so this is what's going to defeat you in the long run. Okay, it's the inflation, right? So let's just say in the 7 days your income goes down because the big, like your what they call it, the more wells. So what's happening is the inflation with your wells, and you get less. So you might get more by holding 7 days and getting more money, getting more of this streak bonus. But the inflation is going to defeat that anyway, so you're not going to get anything. Okay, so this is exactly what happened in baked beans. Okay, so this is no different. This is pretty much a baked beans fork. Okay, guys. Referral program 5%, which is okay. Which is not too bad. The 5% is it incentivizes people, but it's not giving them too much. Obviously, with baked beans, it was 12%, and on rebakes, so. A lot of people said that that was the blame, but in my opinion, it wasn't, because the only reason why baked beans got to 30,000 BNB was because of YouTubers, and the reason why they made videos is because they were incentivized. All right, how often can I lease wells of sell oil? There's no limits. Rewards regulate every 3 seconds. Blah blah blah. There's a 2% fee, which is good. So good for them. They're going to get 2% of the club fee for marketing and partnerships to grow. Right now, 2% of $3,000. It's not a lot of money. It's $60. No, $60. Yeah, do the maths. Okay. So anyway, obviously this is still growing. It's still new. and this just talks about the oil sector, blah blah blah. I don't even know about that. And then the last page says thank you. So that's it, pretty much. Now, if we go to their official chat, there's 8,327 members. So I don't know. For me, I don't know about that, because if there's 8,000 people in the Telegram group, there's only like, what, how many investors are there? There's probably 20 people that have invested in this so far in 8 hours. Look, there's only 28 transactions. And if you count the first one, which is the admin, 2, 3, 4, to take away, there's probably only 20 investors in this. And how can that be possible when there's 8,330 members? I don't think so. Like, again, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just calling out what it is. And because I've been around this space for so freaking long, you can't fool me when it comes to this sort of stuff. All right? So, look, All Club, look, personally, I would not go into this, not unless you want to lose your money. But if you feel the need that you want to ape into it, go right ahead. But do not come back to me and say that, you know, hey, look, I didn't make any money, or my ROI is going to be like a year. Okay. Who knows? You know, this could take off. Keep watching it over the next couple of weeks. But it really, if this doesn't get to at least 100 grand or 200 grand in the next sort of week or so, I wouldn't even bother. Already 8 hours into this, and there's only 3 grand in the pot. So that, yeah, join the dots there. So I hope this project does well. They've done a good job with the graphics. I will give them that. But all too little too late. If this came out 3 months ago, they would have smashed it. They would have absolutely smashed it. But they are late to the party. All right, guys, that's my honest thoughts on it. This is not a paid promotion. Even if it was a paid promotion, I would say the exact same thing. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Help us get to 10,000 subscribers. Really appreciate those that are supporting the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video.